As you know, the schedule for Freshly Grounded is that we release an episode every Friday. That alternates between 1 week of Faisal and Sam and 1 week of me with Kaya, which is usually produced by Cairo. That's the schedule for the most part, unless we manage to secure an elite guest. Last week, we shot an episode with Sam, but this week, with Kaya still in the UK visiting family, we got Cairo out of the producer chair and in to the co-host spot. We talk about whether people support their friends' businesses, creativity, and the digital world, and a bunch of other stuff. It's chill, it's relaxed, it's FG. Enjoy.
And welcome to Freshly Grounded, the brand new podcast.
Well, it's not exactly brand new anymore, is it?
Welcome to Freshly Grounded, the podcast.
That's better.
Created by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Huh?
I said welcome to Freshly Grounded.
After that bit.
Created by
After that bit.
best friends Faisal and Sam.
Really?
Like have a preset filter on your Lightroom, on your phone, the Lightroom app, and then you can like put the preset on your video.
In Premiere?
Yeah, look.
Sharp.
So if I click the Lightroom video, yeah, I've got the preset, that's my normal preset,
Yeah.
and then you can like, it adds the preset to it.
Oh, on iPhone video?
Yeah.
Not. You can't put that as a lot on Premiere.
What do you mean?
I thought you were saying, that's still sick though.
No, that's it. Yeah, you can export LUTs from Lightroom and then put it in Premiere.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. We're on, by the way.
Oh.
That's sick. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so now like if you want to keep your like your brand for like even your stories, you got a preset from Lightroom and you just like post it on.
No
which is sick.
way.
Yeah. Came out the other day.
I need to update my Lightroom. Lightroom's sick. Lightroom for iPhone is sick.
Do you use the actual Lightroom on the computer?
Yeah.
Or Lightroom Classic?
No, I use the normal Lightroom.
Normal. Yeah, I
Do you
use
use
Classic.
Classic?
Yeah.
Maybe
I
I
don't
use
know
Classic.
why. Classic ones are like easy. It's got a lot more.
For a long time, I stayed on Classic. Because I think I used the normal one. But for a long time, I stayed on Classic. I couldn't like...
Normal ones are simplified, isn't it? But the Classic's got the same
Maybe I use Classic,
thing
I
as
don't know.
Premiere.
What does Classic look like?
It just looks a bit like a Windows version of
Oh,
it.
no, I've got the new one. But no.
I got both.
Bro. There's Lightroom normal.
And then Lightroom Classic, LRC. The icon's LRC and then there's LR.
No, even in the new Lightroom, there's Lightroom normal and there's like Lightroom basic. Because the basic one, I don't like that either. I think. I'll go over it, I'll check. But it's... So how do you edit? Do you have like one filter for your photos that you stick?
Yeah.
How does it work?
So I have a filter. So like I created like a preset, and then that preset.
You know what, bro? I suspected that this cup would do that.
Bro, you got it all in your beard.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh mate, what has life got to? Eh? Yeah, I just built a filter on for my photos, and then now that same filter I can use on like videos for like stories and stuff.
You know what, bro? I like the filters that some of them Instagram filters that creators have created.
Yeah, same. But then, but the only thing is, like it doesn't work with all videos. Like some of the filters work better in the daytime than nighttime footage.
Yeah. But then that would be the same case with your Lightroom ones.
But I have the same style, but then the difference is for night and day. So the nighttime might be a bit less brighter. Then the nighttime one, I'd increase like the blacks or the shadows.
That's sick.
But it's still the same filter.
Have you seen this creator called Justin Say or something? His last name is TSE. Justin TSE.
Was he part of that company? I think Media or something. Like he's like
I'm not sure.
He's like a tech guy on YouTube.
Yeah, tech guy on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's like, there's two people whose visuals I am a really big fan of. Like in terms of like they've always got like the same feeling in all of their videos with lighting and colors and stuff. It's him and Olier. You know Olier?
Yeah.
I actually use Olier's
Presets.
Premiere preset for Freshly Grounded now, because the preset I used to use Freshly Grounded was, I think it was one that Dawood gave me years ago.
Okay.
It was like a teal orangey one.
Yeah.
I used that for years, and then I was using it for the first few episodes in this set, and it was not looking good. And I think it's because the wall here is great. This wasn't my first choice wall. I wanted like a darker grey, like a real dark grey.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't find the wallpaper, and I was like running out of time. So on this wall and this set, it wasn't working. And then I came across, I was like, I wonder if, because Olier's, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, to be honest, but his set is like got a lot of greys and blacks.
Yeah.
So
Very
I was thinking,
simple.
what does he use? And then he had his in his thing. So I purchased.
But
his filter.
I can create your preset easy. Like using this footage, we can create your preset.
Maybe if you can find me one that's better than that, but right now I'm enjoying that one.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
he's just like grey silver, and he's got like a hint of blue, and I just kind of.
Did you have in your last episode?
Maybe. Yeah, yeah. Check the last episode.
Is it?
Let me check if the cameras. I always get paranoid because I ain't got my glasses. Can you see if the camera's recording?
Yeah, I think so.
It is, yeah.
My contacts is that.
Dead.
Yeah, recorded.
Yeah.
Have we started yet?
No, yeah, we started. Yeah. So I should. I'll probably mention in the intro that like I'll give some context in the intro that Kaya's off and stuff like that. He's been. Has he been messaging you about London and stuff?
No, but I feel like he'd probably like
Bro,
not enjoying it at
bro,
all.
he wants to come back so bad. He's like, bro. He's like, what was he saying? Some of his experiences, like. He went to Primark to get something, and like some guy, like lift was taking ages, so some guy started like punching up the lift.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
No,
He's like,
you told me that.
Did I?
I think so. Yeah.
And he was like, I've got my daughter here, and he's punching up the lift, and like, he's like, you just don't see that stuff in Dubai. Like everyone's like, I was like, that's fair, that's true.
Why is he punching up the lift?
Huh?
Why is he punching up the lift?
I think because it was taking longer.
You know what I don't miss? Yeah, like there's certain things I miss about London, and it is silly things like that. Like you just see funny things on your like normal day, right? But I also don't miss seeing it either, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't miss that. What I miss about, because recently I've been missing London a lot, to the point where I'm like, maybe I'll go back next month. But then I'm looking at the cost of like taking 4 people back to London. I'm like, rent's due in September. You know, he says good or good. But bro, I miss like driving down the A40.
Really?
Yeah,
so
it's
do you feel
weird,
like the motorway here are like almost similar, no?
No, the motorways here are nice, but I don't miss the night, how beautiful the road is. Just the familiarity, like, there's a Shell there. And like, I don't know, familiarity, I guess.
But then when you go back and you go to a Shell, bro, you do know you have to get your car and put your own petrol in.
Yeah.
You know, one time I did that, yeah, and I totally forgot that I had to put my petrol in, so I'm just sitting there on my phone, just waiting for someone to put it in, and I just get a beep, and I was like, damn, I forgot. I actually have to get out and put it in. And you know, even then, like the safety that I feel here, suddenly like I lose that when I get London. I know London, you're always wary about things. I was just in the petrol pump, just like, damn, like I actually have to go out. I have alhamdulillah, I have like a nice car, and I'm just like, I feel like I have to be cautious now.
Bro, Kaya said the same thing to me when I first went back home to London. So I came here in March and I went back for a few weeks, innit? And because he was like, when I go back to London, I don't feel safe. And when he told me that first, I was thinking, bro, like, I don't know like how true that is, or if I'm gonna feel like that, because I've lived in London all my life, and London's I've always like, obviously, like, take politics and everything out of it, I've always loved London. I think you have as well. It's home, bro, and I don't think I'll ever lose that home thing out of it. Like, I feel like a London boy, born and raised there. My whole life I've spent there, other than when I was at uni. So I do like, even like the grey aesthetic. I like that.
The city vibe.
Yeah. So I was like, bro, I don't know if I'm going to feel unsafe in London, right? And then, bro, I was here for about 3 weeks, and then I went back and I felt it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Right away?
Instant. No, not right away. Like, I remember I took my son to Nando's or something.
Okay.
And I remember just like parking my car, like triple checking that my car's locked, like walking with my son, making sure he's holding my hand, because like people just like walking by and stuff. Like, not like, it's just all of a sudden it was like, here, bro, like Zachary will be like, sometimes like he's walking behind me and I don't mind. Every time I kind of look back every few seconds, he's still there. Like, and he's just like, but you just know. Like, I remember Kaya said something to me once. He's like, even the communities that you live in here, like obviously you're not going to be this silly, but if your like son just went missing, bro, like 5 minutes later, someone's going to turn up at your door, be like, oh yeah, I saw Zachariah. Zachariah was out, like, here, kind of thing. And he's right. So I don't want to sound like a snob, because I've always been conscious of that, and especially because of a few reasons. One, because I've hated when other people like say stories back to you and it's like, all right, we get it. And also secondly, because I still feel like London is home. But I did feel the effects of those things.
But I don't think it's that it's unsafe. I think it's because we live in such a safe community right now. Not even community, just a safe country where like you can just go and leave your car unlocked, leave it running, go to the shop, know your phone's in there, everything's in there, and not even have to worry. And then when you go to London, it's the extra brain work of worrying now. Like, damn, did I lock the car? Is my phone in there? Can I leave my phone? You know, because I'm so used to now, like leaving my laptop in a coffee shop, just leave my laptop there and just go to the toilet and know I come back, everything's still the way it is. Whereas if I was to do that in London, it's like, damn, I got to pack it up, my backpack, take my backpack to the bathroom, come back, my table's gone. So it's like, I think it's just extra brain work that makes you feel uncomfortable.
I think even like what Kaya said to me before was like, and we'll jump off the topic of Dubai after this because I do really feel like, I feel like we talk about way too much and people are going to be like, but just quickly, I think the other thing that Kaya mentioned that I can really feel is that the police here are respected.
Yeah, they got authority.
They got authority and they're respected. And also the beauty of, like, we just left the mosque, there's a policeman going into the mosque, which in itself is amazing.
Yeah.
Because you don't see that. And then we just gave him salams, he gave us his salams back and a smile, and you get that reward of giving salams to someone all the time and stuff like that. So that's nice. But yeah, anyway.
Before we move on, can I just ask if I get some more water, please?
Yeah, but did I have? Yeah, of course. Let me grab that for you.
Sorry, man.
This is why I'm gonna get the mini fridge here, because I was thinking like that water tank.
You're gonna have to get like 3 cups just lined there.
Yeah, I was thinking as well. Let me go.
Sorry, bro. Thank you.
Nice, bro. Yeah. So we were just talking about like the filters and stuff, and I was saying that I use that guy's Olio's filter and stuff like that. I was actually thinking about this the other day. I was thinking that there's so much ego and like uptightness in the world, yeah. And even I think like in like our fields, like your field, like in creative marketing and stuff like that, just like in general, for some reason, I think it's like, bro, a year ago, I wouldn't have, if I was using my man's filter a year ago, I wouldn't even have told you I'm using my man's filter.
Is it?
Because I'm like, I don't want to be that transparent or give props to my man. Why not? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, I was thinking, because I was thinking about that earlier, because in our world, the norm is to be defensive about those things.
Yeah.
Even something as small as a filter, bro. It is true, bro.
But you know what it is.
Why should I show my man love? Like, what has he done for me? But then what I found is that when you unlock that, the beauty of it is going, oh, props to this guy. Like I love his aesthetic of his videos. He sold his, even like when I purchased his filter, I was thinking like, oh, I know. Do you know what, bro? I know why I'm getting all these thoughts, because I'm speaking so slowly because I'm trying to figure out where this thought chain came from, because this thought chain happened like within the past week, but now I remember the thought chain came because I remember someone posted something that like a lot of us like I think will resonate with, which is that you get more love. Often you'll find that you get more love from people who don't know you than people who know you, in terms of people who like use and buy your product and services. Now, I don't think that's wholly negative. I don't think people do that intentionally. And I do think that it's like a bit of it's like a psychological norm. Yeah. Because if you, for example, were selling marketing like you do, or let's think of something that you don't sell, right? Let's say, for example, if you was selling a service that I needed, I do think it's normal, because in your head, like, Kairo is just one of my boys. So like, you're like, oh yeah, like you'd be like, oh yeah, go to my man. But the norm is not.
Like, you wouldn't buy my thing, kind of thing.
I don't think I would not buy a thing, but I can understand.
Yeah, but generally, like, it feels a bit more weird to buy your boy's thing than to go buy someone else's thing.
I think so.
I don't know why.
Yeah, so my point is that I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying it's true.
Yeah.
So I read that like, when you buy, like, you get more support from strangers than you from your own people, and that's wrong, which is true. Like, we should try and fix that. And then I realized that why don't we, people that we, essentially, like, if you feel like you're, bro, this is gonna be the worst episode ever because of how like
how slow you're.
I'm thinking about my thoughts. Because now it's reminding me of something I was speaking to Omar about once, and it's basically the idea of the reason we we don't show, or the concept was that the reason that we don't show support to people that we kind of know, even if we don't know them, but like we're like only like one step away from them, so we know someone who knows them. Kind of. The reason we don't often speak about them or show them that much love is because we're intimidated because they're so close to us.
There was a report that I saw, a while ago when I was at uni.
Yeah, help me out here, bro.
Talking about the same thing, And I can't remember who wrote the report, but it was basically saying, the reason why a lot of people don't support their close people, like their friends, people in their immediate circle, as much as they would someone outside their circle, is because they feel like they're in the same circle. So why are they doing something progressive and I'm still here? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why it becomes a thing where like to the messages to the face, like, amazing, man, you're doing sick, I appreciate it, I love this, but behind closed doors, they're a bit hesitant of paying for their friend's product. And you know what I mean? Because it's like, let's say, for example, me and you start a podcast on the same day, and your podcast gets 10,000 followers in 2 weeks, and I'm still on 2. I'm going to feel some type of way, unintentionally, but I'm going to feel some type of way, because we're in the same circle, doing the same thing, but yours has gone forward. So because of that, there's some sort of like, mentally you're thinking like, why him and not me?
Yeah, and I think it's a natural psychological trait. So I don't think people should be so harsh on themselves, because, like, for example, in Islam, we know that Allah's created, like, bro, we have naturally got like parts of our souls that are selfish, greedy, ungrateful, and so what we have to do is, rather than like being like, oh, no one supports me, because that's not productive, and also like you can kind of give excuses because it's like, I think that's the nature of man. Rather than that, I think we have to, like most things in Islam with desires, we have to actually actively try and fight them. And we have to try and go against the grain. And so you have to go, oh, like, I'm gonna show man love because it will mean something to him. Bro, perfect example. When we released our live events, bro, there's certain brothers who messaged me and were like, bro, I can't come to the live event because I'm busy that day. I've already got certain people, I'm not in the country, but I've purchased 10 tickets, give them to whoever you want. Bro, I've never forgot those people. I've never forgotten them. Or there's people who like, bro, people have come to the studio so many times, so many guests have come to the studio, and they're like, oh, bro, I want to get the game off you. I'm like, no, bro, just take it. And they're like, no, bro, I need to buy it. Like, I want to support it. I'm like, bro, it's fine, bro, it's £15. Like, for the sake of one £15 thing is not going to break anything for us, inshallah. Like, for the sake of the relationship, just take it. You're here. Nah, I have to purchase. If I don't, I'm going to do it online. But the beauty, you don't forget those people. So I think what we have to do is we have to make the extra effort to be that person. Yeah, and it doesn't hurt. Like, if your friend is selling starting a clothing line, why would it hurt you just to buy something from him? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're supporting him, and I'm sure if they grow, it's like you're going to be in that circle of like learning things that he's learning throughout the process. So if you ever decide to start a clothing line after, he's already went through the mud and he's got your support as well. Yeah. I think like it doesn't hurt to just, it doesn't even have to be purchased. You know what I mean? Simple things like post it on your Instagram, for example. If you can't afford it, fine. But it's just showing genuine support goes a long way. And I think it does go a long way, yeah. And I think like just holding off support just because you feel some type of way shows your character more than anyone else's. Yeah, I remember. I want to be better at that as well. I remember Lats. One time I spoke to him in the gym, years ago, and I think like he did something like really selfless, and I said to him like, "How come you're showing so much support to this guy or to this project or something like that?" And I remember him saying to me that whatever Allah's written for you is written for you. He goes, once you accept that, whether I show you love or not, what Allah's written for you is coming to you, and what Allah's written for me is coming to me. Regardless of whether I show you love or not. So I might as well show you love. Exactly. I was like, that's true. So again, bro, I do think though, because I hate being a guy who beats people up about their personalities, or like, oh, why is society like this? Why is everyone like this? I hate that. I don't know why. Because I feel like people are not soft enough on people, or don't make excuses enough for people. I do think that. So that's why I don't want to go down the realm of like, oh, everyone's a hater. Like, why do people not love like their friends and stuff like that? Show support their friends. But I will go as far as saying that I think it's a natural instinct because of what we said. But like, we have to try our best to be better at that. And I want to try my best to be better at that. Like, and that's why like sometimes now I try and go out of my way when I remember to go, oh, like, this guy's got this, he's sick at this. Just to even, but words are like so important as well, man. Words are so important. I watched this Jordan Peterson, I think it was like maybe even like Jordan Peterson, but like talking with Mohammed Ajab or something. I can't remember. But there was a Jordan Peterson video that I watched, and I think it was the Mohammed Hijab one. And then whoever Jordan Peterson was speaking to, the guy said something, and then no, Jordan Peterson said something, and then the guy goes, "Oh, that's not really like the correct, like, that's not really the word I would use, but anyway, I get your point, it's fine, it doesn't matter." But Jordan Peterson stopped, and he goes, "No, let's get the word right, because it does matter, words matter."
Yeah.
Bro, when he said that, bro, you know how many times since then in conversation I've used that? Bro, so many times. And bro, it's a life changer. Bro, I'll say something to someone, and then if I get an inkling that wasn't the right word, I'll be like, no, like, words matter. But just those two words, just saying words matter, because they do. People often say like, oh, like sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can't hurt me, or words are just like words, like actions speak louder than the words. All of those things are true, but they don't cancel out the fact that words matter.
Yeah.
So something as little as
Well done.
bro, well done, thank you, I love you, I'm here if you need, bro. Adam Afghan will hit me up on a random, bro, and he'll be like, bro, I saw that, bro. He'll hit me up, bro. Let me read you one of his recent messages.
Bro, can I turn the AC off?
Huh?
Can I turn the AC off?
Yeah.
If anyone rewinds the video, they're gonna just see me like shivering, like
yeah,
shaking.
bro, man, it is cold. Bro, listen, look at this message, bro. He goes, one of his recent messages, it said something like, and that's his German Donner Kebab order.
He's saying you message something about kebab order.
He sent me his German Donner Kebab order, yeah. That was back when he came to my house. Bro, I can't find it now, which is like typical. But basically what he said is, he was like, he messaged me randomly one time. He was like, bro, I noticed, I saw on your socials that you were something, just wanting to check how that's going for you. Let me know if you want to chat. Bro, like, how often do we see people's story and they're like, oh, like, this happened today, and you just drop a message, bro, I clocked your story, bro. This is what I did yesterday. I'm not trying to like promote myself or anything, but I'm just trying to explain that I'm trying to like be better at this. I hit up Ajmal yesterday because I was watching some
Who's Ajmal?
you know Silverback AJ, bodybuilder.
No.
Yeah, you know him, bro, but you just
maybe
don't
by
know
face. Yeah.
Let me show you his face. Hey guys, just a little interruption on this episode that we're shooting with Kairo to say, if you are a fan of Freshly Grounded and you love this kind of conversation, we shoot an extra episode of Freshly Grounded every single week for our Inner Circle. And if you're not part of the Inner Circle, you're missing out. So head over to Freshly Grounded, head over to freshlygrounded.com/inner circle to check out the extra episode for this week and every week that you've missed, and also every week that's to go forward. This week's episode of Inner Circle is a continuation of the episode that you're currently watching. So Kairo and I have a chat and we talk about Eid and our plans for Eid in the UAE, what that's like. It's going to be my first Eid in the Middle East, which is going to be fun and interesting. I think Kairo's first Eid in the Middle East as well. So if you want to check out that episode and every other Inner Circle episode, head over to freshlygrounded.com/inner circle. Back to the episode. Bro, look at this picture of Longbody. Looks like a beast.
Oh my days.
Do you don't know Ajmal?
Nah.
Bro, how are you in the scene, bro? How you don't know?
Bro, I'm like very locked in, man. Anything to do with marketing and content creation.
You've never met Ajmal?
No.
That's Omar's personal trainer, you know that?
Is it? Okay, I've seen him on Omar's story.
Yeah. But that's another perfect example, bro. That's like Omar's a good example of stuff like that, bro. Like I remember Ajmal is so giving, and he has such a nice personality, and he loves what he does so much that if Omar hit him up and was like, bro, can you train me? Ajmal wouldn't say no. Because that's what he's like. He's selfless, bro.
Yeah,
he doesn't put money first. But the beauty of Omar is that Omar paid for his PET services. That's what we need to be more like, and I'm guilty of not being like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I hit up Ajmal, and I was like, bro, I was consuming some fitness content, more nutrition content, because I'm like trying to look at like what people eat in a day to hit certain macros and stuff. And I was like, bro, Ajmal used to talk to me about this years ago. Just he knows it like the back of his hand. But I messaged him. I was like, bro, you should be on 1 million YouTube followers right now. Why are you not creating YouTube content? He's like, bro, you're right. I need to carry on. It has been on my mind. But like those kind of things is I could have had that thought and left it. But I had the thought and I was like, but why not? Like maybe a brother of mine needs a bit of motivation.
Yeah.
And bro, I know he'll kill it. Ajmal should be on 1 million followers. Like, but the guy, his life, you can see, bro, he's natural.
Yeah.
That's his life. Like he breathes, lives it. Like, so there's things like that I'm trying to be better at. Like just like words matter, using
But
words.
that's the thing. Like a lot of us are trying to be better at so many things, and I think it also comes down to like who you're around as well. Like if you're around people that are kind of implementing what you want to implement, it's a lot more easier for you to pick that characteristic up. Even like when you're going back to that ego thing, yeah, where like, oh, you're using that filter, you wouldn't tell anyone. But as a creative, like, bro, how many of us ever get inspired by what other people are doing? And the whole creative thing is like, there's never a new idea. It's always inspired from another idea.
Yeah.
And then it becomes what you create, and then someone else gets inspired from that. And I feel like if you're so closed off, like trying to not be open to like giving someone a well done or this is amazing, or even tell them like, use this filter, it done wonders for me. Like how are they meant to go and inspire someone else? Because they might feel like, bro, like I'm not getting any love for it. I'm just trying to help people. And I think it's a two-way. Like you said, with him like offering it and he will do it for free, the other person has to kind of also understand, like, I know he'll do it for free, but I want to pay you for that service because you're good at it. And I think it has to be like a two-way street. And I think that's the struggle we have. It's like when someone says it's free, someone else will be like, yeah, sick. And then they don't have anything to give in return. I think it's always, that's the struggle that we have in today, like especially with social media. It's like, what can I give, like what can I get for free? Especially like, you know, the influencer world, it's like, what can I get for free? But really it's like, okay, cool, like they're doing me a favor, what can I do for them? And you see, you go so much further. People would love working with you like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One of our most viral clips on Freshly Grounded was it was about something like this, and we basically were saying, I think we were talking about something that Sheikh Tim mentioned once, and we were saying that it works in any context, and it's basically that if, for example, you put it in the context of a man and a wife, yeah, well, basically he was saying that if people are actually arguing to not to take their rights, but to give each other their rights, imagine how beautiful that relationship would be in any relationship, business, marriage, brotherhood, anything. So my right over you is, if I come to your house, bro, my right over you is that you honor me as a guest.
Yeah.
You treat me well. Imagine if I like remove in my head the right to receive those things. I don't care about what my rights are. I try and give you your rights. So your rights over me as a brother is that I, for example, treat you kindly, give you salams and stuff like that. So imagine, bro, if both of us are not caring about receiving our rights, we're caring so much about giving ours, how beautiful that relationship would be.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm like, but you're like, bro, come in, like, don't worry. My right over you is that you make me feel as comfortable as possible. So you're like, bro, don't worry about taking your shoes off. Like, be comfortable. Even though you want me to take my shoes off.
Yeah.
And I'm going, nah, bro, I'm taking my shoes off, bro. This is your house, bro. I want to make sure I look after it for you. Like, kind of thing. So we're both fighting each other all the time to give each other their right. And
it's true.
like
and that works with everything, man.
Yeah.
Business, works in personal relationships, and it just works in general. Because it's like, even for business, for example, yeah, like doing free work. No one wants to do free work. Like, it's not like they want to go, obviously everyone wants to make money, but it's like when you're starting out, you give free work, but the person you're giving free work to should also have that understanding on, okay, they're doing me a favor, they're giving me free work. What is it that I can do for them? It might just be something simple as like a good word or a testimonial or whatever. And it's like that thing there works in business, and it also works with family. But the problem is, when it comes to that family and stuff, you also have that barrier of an elder and a younger, like what's acceptable in that situation. So even though it does work, I think we just have to be better at treating everyone the same. Even though of course you respect your elders, right? But your elders have to also learn a habit of like listening to the younger generation who may just know what's going on right now that the elders are out of touch with. You know what I mean?
I do think though that we are not like forgiving enough and like excusing enough. Like okay, so I'm not perfect, but like with this like elder thing, for example, or even with this rights thing, like even what we were just talking about, it only works if both people are on board and both people are trying to fight to give each other their rights. However, with that being said, if you're trying to give someone else their rights and they're not reciprocating that, I think that you should still do your part. Yeah, and you should still be like forgiving and assuming the best. Now there is a line where you just like, bro, I'm being walked all over. But in that situation, you just know, all right, cool. Next time, I just know where to be in my relationship with this person. Like, I'm not just gonna always like I'm not always gonna go out with my man because he never. Like I'm always like fighting him to pay, and he's always accepting it, and I'm like just always like I just clock that he's not even ever. So I just won't go out with my man that much because he's not on job. But at the same time, rather than like bringing it up with him, just being like forgiving and assuming the best kind of thing. Do you know? Does that make sense,
like,
bro?
even in those situations, I usually just peacefully move away. Like,
right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like I won't hit him up and be like, yo, bro, I didn't like what you done. Da, da, da. I just won't like message first anymore. I know, but you find out when you stop messaging first, bro, you find out like how many people actually are in contact with you. You know what I mean? Because usually a lot of times you're the first person to message, like, hey, what are you doing? Should we go out? Etc. Etc. And when you stop messaging first, if they not a regular to message you all the time, you end up seeing like you're peacefully removed. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you can just pick and choose. I think we're in control with who we want to hang around with and who we should hang around with. I feel like a lot of the time, especially when we're younger, we kind of in the idea of like, no, like he's the guy or she's the girl, like I need to be in their circle to be looking like this, etc., etc. But I think when you get older, it's like if you can't afford to fine dine, why hang around people that fine dine? Do you know what I mean? It's like just have your limits. Like if they want to just meet up at your house, it's a better environment for you. You're comfortable. You can have a conversation. You can still hang out with them and build a bond. But if you're going into their world of fine dining and can't afford it, you're just going to feel uncomfortable. You're just going to feel out of place. Like, and when you feel out of place, you just don't feel like you're progressing in any way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's easier. I think it's just sometimes easier pick and choose. I think pick and choose where and when you hang out with certain people and for what reason.
Yeah, I think the general like conclusion on my end is that it comes back to being yourself.
Yeah.
If as long as you're being yourself, you're not thinking too hard about how is this going to be perceived and stuff like that, then you're always going to win because you've achieved the ultimate goal, which is just to be your true authentic self. And obviously like trying to, as long as what you're doing pleases Allah and it's not like going against that, then just be your true authentic self because it's just so much more relaxing. It sounds really cliche, like being your true authentic self stuff, but it works like a charm and it's just so much easier.
But do you think like people have to figure out who they are first though before like what is being yourself? Do you know what I mean?
No, I think what I mean by that is more like don't do things for perception, and everybody knows when they're doing something for perception. Like when you're upgrading your car, but you can't really, you know what I mean. You're doing it for perception. So it's like, but you got to surround yourself around like what you said. My missus, she said to me the other day, she was like, so because since we moved here, I've been like, in our relationship, I'm the spender, she's the saver. Yeah. So I'm like, I always have to like, every now and again, I go a bit. I'm going too left with the spending a bit. I need to so she said to me the other day, she was like, I think you need to start listening to Dave Ramsey again, because when I used to listen to Dave Ramsey, bro, it's because even though it was virtually, I'm surrounding myself around. So Dave Ramsey is a American finance podcaster.
Cool.
Yeah. And like author and stuff like that. And so his whole big thing is like, don't spend what you don't have, basically. And when I listen to him, also in the past when I've been listening to him, like, I just got obsessed with his podcast content, bro. I'm coming home, I'm like, not motivated. Stingy, but a person who's a spender can never go too deep into this because they will never be stingy. Do you know what I mean? Because your natural state is like a spender, right? So it's only can be good for you if you. So, bro, I was consuming that content, bro. I was coming home and I was like, bro, like, it's true. Why am I trying to upgrade the coffee machine? Like our coffee's fine, bro. So that's a real example. So she was like, I think he's starting to Dave Ramsey again, yeah. So bro, I started listening to I was like, yeah, you're right. So I was on my drives. I started putting his podcast in, but I came home and that's the actual example. I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to upgrade the coffee machine. Because recently I've been thinking I'm going to get that. I'm going to get the...
Bro,
the
me and you are so similar in those sense, yeah. Bro, I'll watch a review about a camera and the camera might just be like, it films 4K. Like, for example, my one just films 4K, 60 frames per second. If another one says 120 frames and it's at 10K more, I don't care. I need to get that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's true. You don't, like, why? You know what I mean? It's working.
Bro, it's like it's one of the things that he said in a recent podcast. He goes... he was asking someone how they became debt free and how they became like financially free and stuff like that, and he said like, you know, one of the things I had to do is I had to sell my truck. He's like, nah, you had to sell your truck, like what? Because they're from south of America, so they like from Texas
truck,
and that. Bro, trucks is their thing. Anytime someone calls in, he's like, like I'm just trying to think I might have to sell my truck. So, bro, he's like, what truck have you got? He loves trucks, innit? Like he's got trucks, but he always says like shorty basically. So anyway, this guy's like, I had to sell my truck, and he was like, no way, what truck did you have? He's like, yeah. And then I started driving a banger, and he goes, bro, one of the things he said in that episode, he was like, you have to drive like no one else now so that you can drive like anyone else later, basically. And I was like, it's true. But I came home, I was like, I'm not gonna upgrade the whip. Why am I gonna upgrade the whip for? The whip's calm. You know what I mean? I started saying to my wife, I was like, you know what, Toyotas are really reliable. Something like that. Like, I was like, why am I going to lose that? You have to surround yourself around like what you're trying to be like.
Yeah, and that's what they say. Like, I guess this is why like it costs like 500K to sit with Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like what you're going to learn from him is more valuable than just hang around with like people that are just not at that level. Even like when I think about where I am now and where I want to be, it's so easy to kind of just be like, oh, but I want it now. But if you think about like 5 years ago, what did you want 5 years ago, and have you got that now, and are you happy now? Do you know what I mean? Like 5 years ago, bro, I like there was no way I thought I'd be running a business. I didn't know I'd be living in Dubai. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know I'd be married. I didn't know I would just be like living in a country where I'm peaceful. Do you know what I mean? It was never in my thingy, but it was always a dream of like being able to own a business. It's been a dream to live in a beautiful country. Do you know what I'm saying? And the fact that it's happened now, it's like it makes me think like, imagine what the next 5 years, what I want in the next 5 years, I could get that if I just keep myself disciplined. You know what I mean? Stop spending on rubbish and stop like beating yourself up. And plus at the end of the day, being a Muslim as well, like one thing when I was started practicing, one thing I learned is regardless of like what you plan, your plan's already set. Do you know what I mean? So if it's meant to be, it will be. And if it's not going to be. So it's like you can beat yourself up trying to figure out like, is it going to happen? Is it not? Rather like me now, I'm like, if it happens, sick, alhamdulillah, like it's amazing. I can't wait for it. But if it doesn't happen, I just know that wasn't meant to be. I just need to pivot and figure out what's next. Because every milestone's like, once you reach it, it's what's next. So it's going to be like the rest of your life. It's never going to be like, I got £1 million, I can rest now. Once you hit 1 million, you're probably thinking about the 10th. You know what I mean?
I think people who have a good relationship and understanding of money and financial literature are the biggest winners in life, bro. Like, not the biggest winners in life, obviously. The biggest winners in life are the Muslims. But like, bro, when you have an understanding of money, and I don't claim to, because I have a bad relationship with money, bro, and I'm trying to always get back. That's why I need things like Dave Ramsey and this, that, the other, because I'm trying to become, like, when I first started earning money, I didn't know what was coming in and what was coming out. And that's why I have to structure myself, but I have to have a spreadsheet and I have to update my spreadsheet on a monthly basis. Since I've come to Dubai, I haven't done that, but everything's been all over the place. I'm still getting myself on my feet. But, you know, like, for example, Dan Juma, bro, even just having like deep conversations with him, like off air, is so empowering, bro, because when my man is a professional footballer, but he values and understands the effort that goes into earning money. Because when you read his bio, it's like, I don't know if you read like his upbringing and stuff, bro, but he's been like foster care and he grew up and he was like, bro, like he's told me personal stories where like, I think there's some stuff he mentioned on the podcast, like in our first episode, like, bro, when he was training, he couldn't even afford his food. So his boy would buy him food. That's why he does that snake celebration, because they used to, that celebration that he does is dedication to his friend who used to buy him food after training, because that's like one of the one of the elements of his success story. But if my man didn't have food, he probably wouldn't be able to come training. But his boy would always buy him food. Like, so anyway.
That's crazy.
Bro, so now in this day and age where the guy is like at the top of his game, Allahu Mubarak, but he values, like, even the other day when I was speaking to him, bro, like he says that he was saying to me, like, I don't look at if something's affordable, like, oh, how much money does this cost and how much money do I have? But like, is it worth the money? That's it. It's not, it don't matter how much is in the bank account. Like, is it dumb to spend 5 racks on a 1 hour flight? You know what I mean? Oh, so you can go first. Is it dumb? Regardless of how much money you have, is it dumb? Yeah, it's dumb. You know what I mean? So, and I was thinking, bro, I need to be like, because right now, I'm like, oh, wow, and a new coffee machine would be legit. You know what I mean? But that's not, because, bro, like I said to you earlier, I'm only saying that because I've run out of my favorite coffee pod. So I'm thinking, maybe this is a good time to, but all I have to do is roll to the mall and buy the coffee pods again, and I'll start enjoying my coffee machine again. That's 90p per pod rather than £1,000 coffee machine. So I do think that when you have that level of understanding of your relationship with money, then regardless of whether you're poor or wealthy, you are a winner. I know one person, but this guy is so inspiring. He worked a airport job, like a basic airport job basically, like putting suitcases on or something like that. But because of his like relationship with money and understanding of money, he saved up enough money in London, bro, to buy a house.
Really?
He owns a house outright.
Oh, damn.
And that's always been his occupation, like, and bro, this guy has no stinginess about him. Like, bro, when it comes to like his children getting married or like Eid or anything like that, bro, the guy spends, bro. But I think that's because Allah puts barakah in as well, first of all, because he earns on honest living and stuff like that. But also, bro, like, he also don't spend on dumb stuff. You look at my man's life, he lives a good life. He lives as good a life as anyone else. He lives a good life along Barak, bro. In fact, a better life than most people, because who owns a paid off yard in London these days?
But barely anybody.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But bro, like, you will never catch my man buying a brand new iPhone.
Really?
Bro, you mad, bro? He will wait until like someone he like his kid has upgraded his iPhone and be like, give me your old one. Bro, but they're the decisions that we go, the new iPhone's come out, I'm going to spend $1,000 that I don't have on a new iPhone.
Bro, there's one thing as well, that I've noticed a lot, and it's like, I don't know if it's like a actual correlation, but it's like, personally it helped me as well, is that a lot of people that, alhamdulillah, are not struggling with money are in positions where they've cleared off a lot of their debt, or at least all of their debt. And those that are in debt are the ones that are kind of struggling to have hold of their money or structure with their money. And bro, even like for me, like when I had like the finance on the car, like I was struggling. Like it was just like, it's like money was coming in and I was working a normal job, but it was just going somewhere, going on the car. Then I wasn't able to hold it. As soon as I got rid of that car, things just changed. And then I was able, alhamdulillah, bro, after that I was able to come here. And here I'm just trying to make sure that that's the way I move. Like, just don't want no debt. I don't want no monthly payments if I don't need it. I don't want no finance on a laptop or a phone. Like, it's like things like that make a big difference. And I've noticed, like, every time I watch like these successful business owners and a lot of their stories have been that they were in like 100k debt or more, etc. And then they killed that, and then that's when the success started coming. And I'm sure there's a correlation to it, but I feel like for me personally, as soon as I kind of realized that if I'm in debt and it's not cleared, I'm gonna struggle with money. So ever since, that's been my goal, like just clear all my debt that I can to thingy. And slowly, alhamdulillah, bro, like it's just, things have just gone better, just day in, day out, because it's like I'm actively trying to just like clear any debt that I had in the past. And bro, like I said, like you watch Grant Cardone, you see all of these people, they were in so much, even like that guy at Amazon, Jeff Bezos, there was just so much debt at the start. And then when they cleared it, the success came somehow, some way. And I feel like that's been like the common story for a lot of successful people, is like debt.
I mean, I've seen Grant Cardone like promote debt. Like, I just realized that the fan is not on. otherwise the camera overheats. But I've seen Grant Cardone promote that though. He said
I've seen
you need
him
to get into debt, you need to borrow money from here, there, and everywhere to buy properties and stuff like that.
I've seen that, but I mean his startup story.
Yeah.
Like when he found success, it's always, and it's not just him, but there's a lot of books I've read as well. It's just like, it's literally that they have debt, so they want to make enough money to clear the debt. But as soon as they clear the debt, things just skyrocket.
Yeah,
Do
but
you know what I mean?
100%, man.
And Islam as well, it says, there's no barakah in debt. So how are you meant to kind of find success in debt?
Yeah, as in there's no like, I think debt is not like ideal, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? That's another one of the concepts that Dave Ramsey often speaks by. Is he says that our grandparents, if they saw a sofa that they liked but they couldn't afford the sofa, they just wouldn't get the sofa if they didn't have the cash for it.
Yeah.
He said our generation, if we like a sofa but we don't have the cash for a sofa,
Payment plan.
we'll just put it on a payment plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said that's the problem, bro. And that simple philosophy changed my life, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, right, it's true. And bro, a perfect example of that is like there's basically like the fact that you can live without things that you think that you can't. Like for example,
Coffee machine.
bro, but even the lighting in the studio, for example, I'm sure like elite videographers would look at our episode and be like, "Wow, like they need to fix up the lighting." Most people would not care.
Yeah.
But I'm going, oh, bro, I need to get the what is it called? The
Rodox.
the other one, the what's that thing called, bro?
The big softbox.
Yeah, but what is it called?
I only know the Rodox one. G no, it starts with G, right? G-Dox. Rodox.
Godox, but the Godox is like the cheaper
Godox.
version of this one. This is the
I see. That's where I'm looking at Coda. So you're looking at the
bro. That's what I'm saying. It's dumb, man. I never got it. But what is it called? Light softbox.
But you're talking about that big soft one, isn't it?
Yeah. That's annoying. It's just, it's literally useless for this conversation. But anyway, it's like a £1,000 softbox that like all the professionals use. And if you consume enough content of like videographers on YouTube, you're like, I need that softbox. And it's dumb because it's like we've been fine about it, and I'm like, I need two of them. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you're gonna spend £2,000 on lights that most people wouldn't know the difference. Yeah, it's still like, inshallah, in the future makes sense. Like it will be legit to have that, but that's like the level.
I think that comes more down to like interest. Like you're passionate about like all of this.
No, but it's a dumb expenditure.
It's definitely dumb expenditure,
Yeah.
but you don't see that it's not the right choice because of how passionate you are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think that's one of the biggest things. But even like back then, like you're saying, our grandparents, man, when they came to our country, they literally was making pennies to feed a family of like 6. Do you know what I mean? So it's like they had to be thingy. Whereas for us, it's like we're born and raised in the UK, we get a job, we give a bit of it to our parents, I guess, and then the rest of it, what do we do with it? We don't have a mortgage, we don't have kids.
Nah, but I think they have like better morals, bro, and, like ethics. Like, bro, in their generation, if something was broken, they'd fix it. In our generation, if something's broken, we replace it.
True, yeah, true.
It's nothing to do with it. That's mentality, bro. My wife's laptop.
They still got that mentality. When I look at my grandparents, they're
That's
like
what
that. Yeah.
Bro, my wife's laptop, my son like mashed it up a bit. And bro, I have to basically order a new part and then get someone to fix that part, It's like the hinge. But in my head, I'm like, bro,
That's finished.
it's so much easier to just buy a new laptop.
That's really what it is. We just don't want to do the hard work.
It's the hard work, bro.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I can either go online, find this piece, order it, then find someone who like repairs Dells, they get them to screw it. Bro, but really it would cost me maybe, all in all, that part costs £30. Maybe someone to fix it might cost £30. All in all, I spend less than £100.
And I guarantee you'll feel more satisfied doing the hard work than just replacing it.
But in my head, I'm like, bruv,
It's long.
even though it makes no financial sense, let me just get a new laptop. But it's dumb, bro. What a stupid way to think. Like, just fix it. So yeah, I do think we need to be able to, like, we need to be better at fixing.
I think we just need to figure out how to be more active. I think it's the laziness in us. You know, just like we'd rather just watch, and like the way everything's moving, it's
Like
just
tech and
making
stuff,
just making us lazy. Like, do you know what I mean?
APIs.
Bro, what?
Like just APIs and stuff online. Like I don't even have to put something in my calendar now. Like
Yeah,
my
yeah,
computer
yeah,
does
yeah.
it for me.
Even simple things like Netflix, the fact that they released 12 episodes in one go,
Yeah, mad lazy.
like it just making you watch like all of that for 12 hours. Do you know what I mean? Whereas it's like everything's just making you lazy, and I think maybe that's the next boom in tech is to make you active. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I put that in my dissertation or something. I was talking about how like as a generation we're getting lazier and lazier, because before, if you wanted to watch a series, you would have to wait a week, obviously, till it's released on telly.
Yeah.
Then what happened is you didn't want to watch it when the telly had it on. You wanted to watch it in your own time, so you'd stream it.
Yeah.
Right? Because now, whenever I'm ready for it, I'll watch it. That's like one, like impatience, laziness. Then what happened is we went, I don't want to watch it when I want to watch it. I want to watch the whole thing when I want to watch the whole thing. So they have to release everything at once. That didn't used to be the norm.
Yeah.
I can't even wait week. Like, when I want, I just want to watch the whole thing. And then the other thing is, like, as a generation, we were like, I can't consume, like, I can't sit there and watch like a whole thing. That's why I'm just going to consume, something like audio. But like the podcast boom happened like in the peak of that time, when it's like, I don't even want to sit and watch content. I don't have time. I'd rather listen to it while I'm doing other things. So when I'm driving, I can't just drive, but I can never drive quietly now. Even now, bro, I have to have something on. Bro, when I drive to the mosque, I have to put something on, you know that?
Really?
Bro,
but
mosque.
it's like 2 minutes down the road.
Bro, first thing I do is I put something in the aux cable.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it'll be like anything like the news about something that's gone on, just watch like a video on that. Or like a surah, like a Quran, but I can't just sit inside. But that's mad, bro. Like, I'm so hyper exposed to media. I can't just sit there. Bro, the other day I went, like a few weeks ago, out, and I just I went for a walk without my phone.
Do you feel naked?
I went for a bop, to, you know, the main area.
Yeah.
And I just sat there. I just looked around, and I think I lasted 15 minutes, and I walked back. I can't. I need to. I'm so like, it's mad.
What was you doing in that 15 minutes?
I just sat on the bench.
That made you feel like it's time up.
I was like looking around, like looking at like, just like, you know, people watching. Just generally, just like, I was sat by the main road so I could see the cars going past. I was like, I was thinking, bro, like, alhamdulillah, we live in along Bedok, a really nice place, area, community. There's so much to deep. You just look here like, bro, like, it's nice, but you step outside the yard, you've got palm trees. You can just kind of sit there and just deep it. So I tried deeping it. And I was like, I'm done deeping it.
I don't think we are, like, I think me and you are similar in the sense, like, we're just not made to not think. Like, I can't sit, I hate beach. I can't just go to a beach and just sit there. I hate beaches,
bro.
Yeah, like, I can't do it. It's like, I can't just sit there, lie down, and think about nothing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm not doing work. That's the way I feel like. Whereas on the other hand, like, if I'm doing too much, I feel most excited about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm running about. I can't just stay put. I think different people got different ways of having a break. You know what I mean? My break would probably be like keeping my mind occupied, whether that's just like watching something or listening to something. But there's no way I can just sit there, read a book, or just like have a peaceful time. Do you know what I mean? So I think there's different ways to handle downtime.
What's your favorite way to do downtime?
For me, probably just watch things. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe just watching light-hearted stuff or comedy stuff. That's like my downtime. I'm not much of a talker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
I won't, like, if I'm in a one-to-one setting with you, or like in a group, let's say, I'll talk the least. I think I'm not really much of a talker. So it's like I need to be entertained. So on my downtime, I wouldn't want to be like linking up with like a group of boys.
Oh, I see.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's not something that I see myself. That's more like I got time for. So I just sit in front of Netflix, put on like comedy stuff. Do you know what I mean? Or just listen to like stuff about marketing or what's going on. TikTok these days, man, I'm not gonna lie, sucked me in. Yeah. TikTok sucked me in. But that's, my downtime's not an ideal one. Ideal downtime would be able to just go to the gym. But I haven't.
Nah, that's not down. That's effort. Man.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But a lot of people find gym down, like just going to even like a swimming pool. Like we got a swimming pool in our buildings, yeah, or in our area, and I don't even utilize it. And that will be a good downtime, I think. Just going for a swim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I'm active and I'm thinking, but it's just like I feel like it's
That's like
too much for me to go down and just start swimming.
But for me, my favorite downtime is weird because I'm not good at it, but it's literally doing something like playing pool or golf, like top golf something.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to like. I went to top golf again, bro. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
that would 100%. I think.
Bro,
that
you know, right now they're doing an offer.
Really?
They're doing if you go between like opening till 4 p.m, so like the non-peak time, you get an hour. If you pay for an hour, you get an extra hour for free.
No way, bro. Let's go. I'm down.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, but like even that, like that is like I wouldn't say that's downtime though. I would say that's more like
for me that's downtime.
Is that downtime?
Yeah,
for you?
because bro, what happens at that point is my mind is so switched off of everything going on that I'm just focused on the pool table. I'm focused on golf, and it's like, bro, I come back from a session like that
motivated.
But I've got the best energy.
Okay.
My brain's fully relaxed.
Got you.
Yeah, I love that.
For me, that's more like fun, like a motive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm about to go live my boys.
But isn't that downtime though, linking your boys?
None. Well, for me, it wouldn't be. I feel like downtime is more when like you're on your ones.
Nah, I get bored. I need to get better at being on my ones though.
Do you think? I think these days, like, bro, like I said, I haven't, like, cause it's so hot, I haven't left my house in so many days. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Like,
yeah, you're like that, which is nice. It's good. You should be comfortable being on your ones.
It's not. But then again, that's how I kind of grew up. Do you know what I'm saying? I felt bare lonely growing up. So it's like it's something I'm accustomed to. For you, it might be different, and for other people, it might be different. Like Mamoon, for example, bro, my business partner, he loves reading.
Is it?
Yeah. So like, but even sometimes there's times where we just gone out the whole day, yeah, and we're tired, and we're sitting there, right, bro. I'm like ready to go sleep. We're not even talking to each other because we're in our downtime. He's just there with his book. And I'm just there, like, ready just to fall asleep.
What's he reading right now?
He's reading this book about strategies.
Sick.
Yeah, he loves learning things. And now I'm seeing him, like, thingy, I'm just like, yeah, I need to get my game up. Yeah. I got to do this, got to do that.
Bro, it's about who you're around, bro, because I never would read books. And then I was living with this guy at uni, bro, and he just loved books. Bro, I started buying books and reading books. It's so much about who you're around.
And it's always been like that. And they've always said it. Even the prophet said it. Do you know what I mean? It's always about who you're around. Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's not that you're mirroring them. It's just that you just line up to be in the same interest. And through life, it gets filtered out. Someone's interest because they start hanging around with a different crowd, and then they start fading away from you. But it's just like, if you're not around people that are better in their life, or even not even just around, right? Just listening to people, watching people, or reading about people that better their life and things like that, you're just not going to feel like your life is going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You're going to constantly just want someone's approval. You want this, you want that. Oh, this guy's life is getting better. Why is mine not getting better? But if you're around people that are progressing, naturally, you're going to progress with them. You know what I'm saying? You might get inspired to start a business and using their, like, you know, some people fail and they'll tell you, I did this and it went wrong, don't do that. You're going to find yourself just in the same level, like, playing field. Yeah,
you got to choose your friends very wisely.
But then it's hard as well. Choosing your friends is hard when it comes to, like when you're in school and uni, it's easy because you're around new people constantly.
I think it's easier now.
Do you think?
Yeah.
With social media, yeah. But I'm not the type to... I don't really use social media in the sense of, like, message someone random and be like, hey, we should meet up. Like, I've kind of found it naturally. Like, through you might bring someone and I'll meet them. And if I get on, like, yeah, it's great.
That's what I mean, though. Like, in uni and school, you have to see these people every day. So you got to pick out of that bucket.
But making friends is easier.
Yeah.
Making
but I'm
new
saying
friends
now, making friends is more high quality, because when you meet someone, if you don't gel with them or you see a personality trait in them that you think won't work with you,
you can just leave it there.
Yeah, you can leave it there. So I feel like...
but I mean, just like meeting people. Like,
yeah,
how do we find the right people to hang out with?
Yeah, I think I'm an anomaly because I run a podcast, so I meet people all the time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so it's a bit different. But
for an average
you're
person,
networking all the time.
Yeah, I'm networking. Yeah, but that's because. But it's not like people I'd hang around with. It's more people that I want to work with.
But eventually, you'll find someone that you want to hang around with from that network.
Yeah, naturally. True. But I feel like right now I'm kind of struggling to find like my group of people. You know what I mean?
What about me and Kaya? We're not good enough?
No. Of course, come on, bro. Like
Bro.
that's different. I feel like it's more family. You know what I'm saying?
Fine.
Bro,
You saved yourself.
Yeah, because bro, come on, man. I had you in my house for iftar. Like that's family. I just
Yeah.
mean like when it comes to meeting new people,
Yeah.
I'm struggling to find new people to bring into a circle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Or find a circle to be part of.
That's true.
Because with you guys, it's more like, bro, it's just more like just reminding what home is like. It's like home.
It's mad comfortable, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I can just be stupid, or I can say something wrong, and you guys can correct me without feeling a type of way. But like I feel like just having that other group of people, that's where like you want to learn from and grow with, and professionally or whatever. Like that type of friends, like I don't know where to find.
Yeah. But also like you've just thrown yourself about a year ago.
Yeah.
You're 1 year in, you're throwing yourself in a completely new environment.
Yeah, true.
So yeah.
And that's the crazy part, bro. I came here a year ago, yeah. Literally come to a year in August. I didn't know a single soul. I didn't know a single person. Had no business connection. I had nothing. And I found myself. So I guess you're right. Networking is great. But again, like I said, it's just you want like people that are like you. Do you know what I'm saying? And like finding those type of people is always hard.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in this day and age where like, especially for me, I guess, since I've been practicing like trying to change my interests and things like that, it's like, how do I find people in a different interest?
You should hit people up online.
Do you think though? Well, like send an email.
But I've met bare people. Like,
yeah, but for you it's different, bro. You have like a brand.
No, but let's say for example, yeah, there's a way of doing it. Like, let's say for example, you see someone online that you feel like that's like you would gel with them, yeah. Like for example, let me give a real example for me. So, for some reason, no one comes to mind. But if I see someone that I feel like I'll gel with, I'll hit them up on, like let's say for example, email and ask them to jump on a podcast, and then you build a relationship from there, innit? So let's say for example, like a perfect example is this Olio guy. Yeah? I'm just using him as an example because his vibe is so similar to your vibe.
Yeah.
Like, you're both creatives. He's mad, calm, and introverted. You're like that as well. Maybe that's why it wouldn't work, innit? But let's say for example, I would hit my man up, be like, this is the space that I work in. I'd love to have you on the podcast because obviously you run your own podcast as well. Are you starting that back up, by the way?
Yeah, I will. Just trying to figure my stuff out right now.
Fine.
But inshallah,
we'd love to have you on a podcast. He jumps on the podcast. You built a link there. You know what I mean?
Podcast would definitely be a good way. Like even like in the UK, I felt like it was a bit easier because in the UK, like there's a lot of creatives.
Yeah.
In the UAE, there's not that many. That's why I feel like I stand out as a creative as a videographer.
But that's good for business for you, though.
It's good for business, but personally, it's hard to find people in that network. Because in the UK, bro, like...
But what a blessing that you're married then, innit?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
trust me, I'd be lonely. Yeah. But in the UK, there's this one group of boys, they go like by the name Prime Gen. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Yeah, bro,
Red.
Yeah.
So, but we connected over social media.
You know Red used to work at Feed Source?
No way.
What? You didn't know that?
No, what? He worked at Feed Source?
Yeah, bro.
Did he ever tell me that?
Before Feed Source it was Flavor.
Okay.
Red was at Flavor for like 2 years.
No way.
Bro, he was like...
How we find this
So
out?
he used to produce episodes of Fresh Uganda. Bro, watch any of the first 80 episodes of Fresh Uganda. They're all produced by Red.
Really?
He's got a mic.
Bro, he is sick.
Yeah, he's
like,
very talented.
Bro, he went Bangladesh, for like months.
Yeah, he's still there, yeah. Why is he still there?
Like, he's back in the UK now.
Is he?
Bro, yeah, he went there just for fun and he just ended up loving it. He said that, bro, his content is amazing.
Red's problem is that he's a very, very talented creative.
Yeah.
And that can be a problem for people. Because when you're that talented as a creative, you can't, like, your greatness overrides your
You like your lane.
bro, like all you want to do is just create. Like you don't care.
Yeah.
Like it's like creating strategy and like business and all that stuff is like secondary because like, I just want to create.
Yeah.
And he's just an amazing creator.
Bro, amazing.
And I feel like with someone like Red, bro, it's like you just gotta let him do his thing and create.
100%.
But
he's the type, for him, he's the type that is put in the world to inspire others. I feel like,
right,
like his content makes me want to up my content game on my personal brand.
Yeah,
not
very
maybe
talented,
not
very
like
talented.
business wise, but that personal brand. bro, I just want to up it.
It's jokes that you didn't know he worked with us, bro. Because Red, bro, I feel
like he might have told me. I can't remember.
I feel like any of the first 100 episodes of Fresh Ground, if you watch it, bro, you hear Red's voice.
No way.
But he produced episode 1.
Is it?
Bro,
But how
we had a segment on Fresh Grounded at the end of every episode called Current Events, yeah? And Red would read us news that's happening around the world and we'd comment on it. And he'd comment on it with us.
Seriously?
Yeah, and there's this thing that used to go on because we used to have this jingle, we used to be like, current events, and like, current events, and Sam would be like, Red One, because his name's Red One, innit? And then like Red would like, dude, bro, that's so jokes.
Nah,
Red's very talented.
Him and his brother are two of the nicest people I've met and just amazing, right?
Really?
Yeah, and then there's another group of people that I've connected over online was Redefining Concepts, which is another agency in the UK. And bro, them guys are talented as well, man. They understand modest fashion, all that stuff, and they're very talented. But through that having that kind of network in the UK is easy to mingle with.
But you know what's jokes is some of my best pictures are
Red.
shot by Red, yeah.
No way.
Shall I show you my... Bro, but also,
Bro,
Red's
what?
Instagram doesn't do justice to how talented he is.
Bro, no, it doesn't. But his Bangladesh content, bro, was incredible.
When you say content, where would you find in his content?
Like his
He's on
stories,
yeah.
stories,
He's good at
yeah.
stories, bro. He's good.
Bro, his stories
But
was
someone
amazing.
like Red, bro, like I feel like people like that, like they're so talented that like someone just needs to like commission man to just do his own thing. Like, but the world don't work like that.
Yeah.
Like someone just needs to be like, here's a salary, just do what you want to do.
But Adobe does that. You know,
Yeah,
Adobe's
something
got
like
that thing, that 1 year thing where they give you a salary for a year just to create whatever you want.
Yeah.
Now, Red should definitely apply for that.
But he was a good producer as well on FG. He was a very good producer.
Even that Pramgen idea, man, is sick, man. I've not seen things like that. Like photo walks and things like that.
Yeah.
But
He
here,
started that when he was at Flavor.
really?
Yeah.
Bro, it's incredible,
believe so.
man. But here, you don't have that kind of community.
Bro,
of
even
creatives.
Nate, bro, look how talented Nate is.
Yeah, Nate, bro. And he's like, bro, with
Nate with a
yeah,
camera.
Bro, when I first met Nate, yeah, he was sick. Don't get me wrong, yeah. And I definitely, you can see like certain things that he's learning along the way. Bro, when I see things now, yeah, it's as if like he's been doing it for years.
Yeah. But Nate's got a mad talent, bro.
Bro, I get very passionate when I talk about people I love, yeah. But yeah, Nate, bro, when I see his photos, even is it Adnan that's joined?
Yeah, Adnan's so talented, bro.
Bro.
But Omar has this way of finding the most talented people.
Yeah, bro, I don't know
Even like
what
the way he
Omar's
finds you, I
doing.
don't know how, bro. Like, he's very, very good at finding.
Bro, Omar took me out to just a restaurant just to have a little chat.
Was this recently?
No, before I started, the first time I met Omar, went to a restaurant to have a chat.
This was Red. Red took like this photo shoot for me.
That's so Red style as well.
Is it? Yeah, isn't it?
Like that whole faded, like, bro, that's his, yeah, I can see it.
But Red's a sick photographer.
But we just, bro, if you're a content creator in Dubai, please reach out. I would love to just be inspired and connect with people, man.
Yes. So you're saying Omar took you out?
Yeah, Omar took me out to a restaurant, yeah, and we were just talking about like our lives in general, and he was just.
Oh, by the way, Dawood. That's Dawood, yeah. That's his picture that he took.
But even he's another guy. Even his brother,
Dawood.
bro. I don't know Dawood, but his brother, bro, incredible.
But I would say now. Let me be careful. I think Dawood is the most talented person, most talented creative. Like in his age, but
How old is he?
there's not a human in this planet as talented as him.
Bro, what him and his brother are doing is incredible. Like his
Yeah.
brother, like I connected with online as well. Bro, them two are just so talented. How
Bro,
are they
it's
dominating the
interesting
industry?
It's
Yeah.
really interesting how most of these people who are that talented have a brother who's very close to them, and they like kind of share the same mission. Dawood and his brother, Red and his brother.
You and your brother.
Well, yeah, I don't know, not necessarily. That just sounds really obnoxious. So I was genuinely talking about Red and Dawood. Bro, look at these.
But that's what it is, though. You have to have that support system,
There's
man.
something in there. Must be something in that where it's like.
And bro, they support each other like crazy.
That's what.
Do you know what I mean?
do you
And
know
that's
when
what
your
it is.
Blood brothers, bro. Like that's Red as well.
Especially when it's your older brother supporting you. Yeah, that's your style.
Bro, Red's a G, bro.
Bro, I even messaged him the other day. I was like, bro, please teach me how you do your editing on your photos, man. Because his style is just
Bro,
incredible.
your style is mad though. You're sick. Bro. You
Yeah, but
don't
my
need no one's
my
support.
style fits for Dubai, right? But if I was to use that kind of picture filter that I created in the UK, it just wouldn't match. But Red's just
But you'd find a style very quickly in the UK.
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
But I just want Red style, man. Red style is just sick.
Look at that. Look, I was younger there, innit?
You had the lined up mustache, yeah?
Yeah, I used to like, because I never used to be able to grow the moustache here.
Oh, to connect.
Yeah, to connect. So then I just like rocked it, and then eventually I just decided, let it grow out. Like it's gone too far now. But yeah, bro, sorry. You said bro, you just got me on a like
On your photo,
on my photo.
throwbacks.
I'm looking at like.
You got to
stuff
put it on
that
the
Red
show.
shot.
These people got to see what you're showing me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Red's a talented man.
I think when it comes to the creative industry, man, it's so important to have support, man. Because bro, otherwise, who else is going to be shouting about your work? Do you know what I mean? Until it's seen.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a big
bro,
problem. It's a big problem.
Like, but what like Dawood and his brothers doing, yeah, amazing. Like, bro, they are in America right now.
Are they?
Well, I think they're in Canada right now. They're gonna go to New York.
Really?
Bro, it's like they just
was
like
killing it, bro.
changing the scene, even for Asians in general.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
killing it, bro.
But
That was killing it.
You're
And
right.
Where he's
like-
come from as well, bro. Like, bro, that was killing it.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like, that's what me and I think Omar connected with at the start. It's like we both had a similar kind of like upbringing in just like personal life, and I think that's what he was just like. Because it's just crazy, bro. He was just like, he was like, I went through the same thing. Yeah, like he was like, how old was you when like certain things happened? I was just like, yeah, I was this age. Because oh my gosh, same way. And then after he hit me, then he goes, you know, yeah, I haven't told anyone this, but that I got a baby on the way, and I'm gonna call him Kairo. He goes, just weird how the world lines up. So I think that's how we connected like that naturally. And he goes like, bro, look, I want to offer you something. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I just want to learn, man. Then he put me with Nate, and I was just like, yeah, this is sick. The issue when I was there was like, I felt like I was hitting a ceiling on a creative level. I was just like, I just didn't find my place, you know. And I was just like, I just want to do something crazy. I just want to take a risk. And there was nothing like I could do in the UK that would make me satisfied, which is the reason why I was like, look, I just want me to another country, and Dubai ended up being it.
You know, when he meets inspiring people, Omar, he hits me up instantly. So when he met Kareem, when he met like Nate, like, he bailed me, bro, and he was like, bro, I met this guy's name's Kairo, bro, he's just like me, bro, he's gonna come to the office on Monday, I'm gonna offer him a job. I think he's interested in working with feed source, blah, blah, blah. But then when you came to the office, and I'm always, being Owen's brother, I'm always very protective.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what, he's met someone, yeah, I want to try and... As soon as you came to the office, bro, your vibe was just like, along bird, just on point, bro. But another person like that is Kareem. Mad talented, bro. Just, his talent is mad, but his talent is not...
His talent is not like creative talent. It's just...
His talent is the
him.
brain.
Yeah, bro.
His
like,
aura.
Just the way Kareem is, yeah. Like I said, I get very passionate when I talk about people I love, yeah. But like, Kareem was one of the people, yeah, that listens when no one has any business to listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he can literally dive into your mind and make you understand the problem when you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And he does it with so much patience.
Yeah, I think Kareem changes lives, bro.
Yeah. 100%.
Nah, bro, honestly.
100%.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Because like if Kareem was to ever leave, right, I think there will be a big hole to fill. I don't think it's
In everyone's life, yeah,
I don't think it can, because he didn't just help your business or Omar's business or anything like that. It's like
He like rewired it, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's lives have like changed. Even mine, bro.
Bro, everyone's. Bro, have you ever met Adnan?
Yeah, I was
You
there
met him
when I went to the UK, bro. This guy, he's so talented, man.
Bro, Adnan is so talented.
So talented, bro. And he's like,
he came and helped us on the tour. And bro, he's levels. But
the thing is, he loves it,
Shall I say
though.
what's amazing about Adnan, bro? Bro, he's not scared to learn. And you don't find people like that these days. Bro, you go to Adnan, Omar will be like, bro, I want you to do like these kind of videos now. Bro, and he's like, oh, I hate video, bro.
Yeah, when I first met him, he said the same thing.
Bro,
and I saw him post a video the other day.
I love video, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, now the stuff that he create, bro, even when he was, because Omar was like, I want you to learn video. And he was like, all right, cool. Obviously, he didn't say he hated video until after he smashed it. He was like, I actually hated it. I didn't like the idea.
Yeah.
Bro, when he first started doing video, it was like some of the things that he's doing in the office, I'm like, where is he taking this, bro? Now, bruv, like, bro, look at some of the stuff, bro. Like, I don't even know which one. Look at
Bro,
this.
it just looks... Yeah, I saw that. Bro, it's so crazy.
I think that's Adnan. No, that's Nate, I think.
Is that Nate?
I don't know who shot this. I think it's Adnan. I think Adnan does all the videos.
I'm sure it is
Bro.
Adnan. And probably even photos from Nate.
No, Adnan takes photos as well now, but what a genius.
He did the one with the drinks just like smashing on the table, and like, bro, it was crazy. I think it was a cluster maybe.
Yeah, he's even done some stuff like
When I was leaving, bro, I was so worried. I was just like, oh man, like I feel like I'm just maybe leaving him on that spot. Things are gonna go.
Picture.
Who took that? Adnan.
Adnan, yeah.
Wow, look at Korean smile, mashallah. Look at you, but you guys. Who's that one on the right?
Only.
Huh?
Only.
Who's that?
You need to meet Only, bro.
Who's that?
Life
Feed sauce. I mean, freshly grounded.
He owns a restaurant in London called Zaha. But Only is one of a kind, bro.
Really?
One of a kind. Bro, you and Only would get on like a house on fire, bro. Anyway, we need to end this episode because we need to do it in a circle.
Oh, yeah.
So one thing we haven't spoken about is Eid. And Eid is, as this episode comes out, Eid is tomorrow. But as we're recording this, Eid is in a few days. And so I want to ask you about your Eid plans, what Eid is like over here, if you've done Eid before in the UAE, and so on and so forth. And if you guys want to hear that conversation, then we're going to carry this episode on. We're going to give you an extra episode of Freshly Grounded, as we always do every single week on the Inner Circle. So go to freshlygrounded.com/inner circle if you're enjoying this conversation. It's a lot more of a laid back one, a lot more relaxed. It's been lovely, it's been nice, it's been fun. It hasn't been draining. Some episodes are draining. Just put effort into the conversation, but it's actually like the kind of conversation that you and I love. So if you're interested in hearing the rest of this conversation, head over to freshlygrounded.com/inner circle. This was episode 282 of Freshly Grounded. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, bro, I just ended it without even like asking you if you wanted to add anything else.
No, I'm good. You think you covered everything.
All right, bro. This has been episode 282 of Freshly Grounded, and we will see you next week with Sam. Next week's episode is with Sam, inshallah, and then the week after it's me, Kairo, and Kairo, because Kairo will be back. Inshallah. The team is back. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kairo, for giving us your time, and always you're normally the guy behind the camera producing the episode, so it's been nice to have you on this side of things.
I can't wait to be back.
All right, guys. Freshlygrounded.com, Inner Circle.